So joining us now is Kyle Welch, Associate Professor of Accountancy at the George Washington University. A little hello there. Thank you so much for being here and helping us parse this through.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
So the White House just told NewsNation moments ago that the president will announce new actions to protect student loan borrowers. If the Supreme Court has struck this down, any indication at this point on what the president can still do here to help those with student loans?
If I was to give him advice on meeting somewhere in the middle on this topic, the likely place that is holding universities accountable for the degrees they've given that have made it so people have vocations that can't pay off the loans. The problem with the current deal that Biden wanted to do was it seemed easy. Let's just forgive loans because we have them on the books and we're the government. But the reality is that those loans were provided to everybody and the individuals chose the schools and the programs they went to. And if you drafted a program that essentially held schools accountable for the programs and degrees that they gave out that didn't have good outcomes, that's something that could probably be a little bit more palatable for both conservatives and liberals, because the problem is that if somebody pursues a degree in, let's say, underwater basket weaving as opposed to accounting, it's pretty clear that one has a vocational outcome and the other doesn't. And it seems like that the person selling it in almost every other industry, if we go buy a car and it doesn't work, we go to the car manufacturer. We don't go to our bank and say, I got a car that didn't work, forgive my loan. The same should probably happen with student loans, if that's what's happening.
Are you saying that every university who offers a fine arts degree, for example, or something in obscure poetry from the Middle Ages should have to pay students back after giving them a degree?
I am saying that if someone has gotten a degree and they cannot have the income to support that degree that they got, then the school needs to figure out ways to lower the costs of education. And they need to figure out a way to bring down costs. And that is the right approach to it. And so the schools and accountability to programs that are offering degrees that there are no vocational ties to, who should be accountable for that? Like, do you expect the average person to be accountable for a college experience and the joy while other people are stuck in my class studying accounting, right? Of course, an accounting professor has his opinion because, like, people that study things that have a vocational tie are being responsible, they're being deliberate. And if you want to go take a joyride, that's great. It's just, I think it's a little bit much to assume that everybody else should fund that. And if a university wants to offer it, I don't think those programs should go away, but we need to figure out how to bring down costs in university
Fascinating. And there's a lot to get to, but let me just ask finally in about 30 seconds, how does that actually work? I mean, what is this plan that you are advocating for?
It would have to be created because instead of just a pen stroke and saying it's forgiven, what it'd have to be created is universities that actually accept money from the government associated with student loans that are accredited need to have some sort of outcome-based measures associated with it. That's the solution. And I think if Biden said we want to protect students in the same way we protect other consumers, I think Biden would have conservatives and liberals in the same camp, because this is what's happened. People have consumed student education. They've used debt. They want to blame the debt, but really it's what's being offered that's the problem. And so if we had some sort of consumer-based action on what was being given, it would solve the problem. If we do this other thing, what it does is it perpetuates this system that doesn't have a resolution, that doesn't bring down the cost. So if you want to go get a degree that doesn't have a vocational tie, fine. University can do that, but we need to bring the cost down so that you can actually afford to do that instead of expecting taxpayers to cover it.
Okay, and let's actually talk about what's happening now. So Biden's debt forgiveness plan, it could have helped 40 million Americans. We know the average college grad, $31,000 in debt by the time they finish school. So bottom line, as it stands right now, what can student loan borrowers expect in the coming months?
So to be clear, I'm also a customer of this in the sense that I have student debt that would have been forgiven from this also. What student borrowers need to do, especially if they're in a situation where they're having a hard time, there are adjustments that you can make on these debts. You can make, there's, income-based payment programs. They've had 2 years where they've had no payments on any of these debts. Any number of those steps are right. And if you actually have financial hardship, that's also taken under consideration. That's not something that you see in any other loan servicer. You only get that with student debt. Now, there's other downsides. You can never get rid of it. But But yeah, preparing for this is going to be hard. The fact that we've been off the program for 2 months and are coming back on, this will be painful for many people.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.